Hey, what's up, peeps? Hidai lo mío. Happy New Year's. You already know the vibes. Sit down and take a seat. Que lo que siéntate. Lawrence and beyond.
Oh,
What's
man.
going on? Hey, this, I know, I'm in different clothes. We're different clothes. We had to come back in and make sure we did the episode right. We had a little bit of technical difficulties, but we want to start the new year right. So, that was nice enough to come again and wrap it up. This is going to be a two-parter, but you guys are not going to notice. It's going to be a smooth video.
Nice little transition.
A nice little transition. So,
Aye!
so 2020, did it change you? So, 2020, did you really change? 1 day, 2 days, how many days?
We should always be changing.
We should always be changing, right?
Yes. Shouldn't stay the same.
Are you going to stop your bad habits? Are you going to go back to the gym?
I'm tired of it. Just do it. Just do it.
Guys, in all honesty, the trick is that's for Evan. We gotta take care of the camera guy. Hey, you know what I mean? So
Not me?
No, I mean, so hosting today, like always, your boy Majimbe. And today, I have a very special guest. I have Hidai.
Hidai. Yes, perfect.
Hidai.
There we go.
Yeah, I'm the worst.
It's okay. Yeah. It's okay. You know, sometimes
I started 2020 off.
You know what's funny is both times you said, like, this recording you said it wrong, last recording you said it wrong.
It's okay. You know, I give people the benefit of the doubt. It's not the easiest name to say, but yes, that's it right there.
All right. Wow, guys, great way to start the new year, right? But they
Thanks for having me, by the way.
Thank you.
I know that, I mean, I'm a very busy person. I have my days where I'm like, yo, I feel like I'm the shit. And, I have my days where I'm just like, yo, I'm just fucking bored. Like, nothing special is going on. But it's nice when I have people like Brian and people approach me like, yo, you got, something to say, something to contribute, which I appreciate the time. Yeah, and for having me here.
Hell yeah. Everybody knows I'm really into colorful people. Like, you're very colorful. Like, you're a child care counselor.
Yes.
You're a stylist.
Yes. As well.
Your motherhood experience is something I'm very interested in because it's not that you had a kid young. It's that you already went through that phase.
Right. Had to grow up a little bit faster. You had to grow up.
And, in that conversation, we'll get into it too. I'm really interested in that. How do you stay so composed?
Right.
And especially your immortality of your skin as well.
Jesus.
So
I'm
people
trying.
Know what's working. Yo.
It's a struggle.
Yeah.
I think I make it look easy, but it's really not.
Yeah. And in your child care experience, I mean, as a counselor.
As a counselor. Okay.
How is that working in that field?
Now that aspect. Working in that field is it's either it's for you or it's not, because the kids that we're dealing with are kids with a variety of behavioral issues or mental. So it's but it's something that I enjoy. Again, I love children. I always have. So I'm very comfortable in that role and in that position.
Yeah. And so you're comfortable in that, and is it a certain sex that you're working with, like a female or male teenager?
I work with mostly teenage girls.
Mostly teenage girls.
Yeah.
Wow, that's tough.
Yeah, it's interesting because I'm also like kind of raising one almost. I mean, my daughter's 13, but she's getting there. So they have a lot of like similarities in the sense that I don't know if you guys, teenagers just in general, they're super moody, a lot of attitude. They think they know everything. But also, they're very intelligent, like a lot of our youth is, and they have a lot to contribute to society. They just want to be heard. Like yes, they have so much knowledge. And again, they're a different generation. So, again, I don't think they should be disregarded. I think a lot of what they say holds value and is true, but at the same time, it's kind of just teaching them a little bit that, they don't have it all figured out.
Yeah.
And also to learn from, people who are much older than them. My demographic, the teenage girls that I work with, I do a lot of one-on-ones with them in terms of like how, or teaching them how to like, interact out in the community, how to interact with each other.
There's no support system outside that even helps them with that.
Helps them with
is
that.
you guys
Yeah,
the whole
we're kind of
facility?
they're kind of like a blank slate, so we're kind of like teaching them one by one how to hold down a job. Even, you know, the girls specifically, we deal with so much gossip. They love girls. We just love. Everyone loves to gossip, but like these group of girls, they have a lot of time in their hands. So naturally, I'm always making sure I'm overhearing conversations and making sure their conversations are appropriate.
Not getting too intense.
Not getting too intense.
Because gossip could get a little toxic.
Yeah, especially working with girls, I find myself usually trying to get them to not, again, argue and bicker, and just letting them know that gossip is not a good thing, and that we have to kind of have each other's back as women. You know what I mean? And as girls, you shouldn't be jealous over, this girl because this guy likes her, doesn't like you, it shouldn't even matter, type deal. You know what I mean? Just kind of like helping them help each other stick together, and protecting ourselves and our space, and defending your home girl or your friends. You know what I mean?
You have patience for that.
You do have to have patience for that, because
you went through it already.
I tell them too, that's a lot of, part of the reason why men a lot of times have one up on us is because they know that we love to bicker and talk shit about each other. You know what I'm saying? We're not going to get anywhere if we're not like helping each other out as women. You know what I mean? People, girls, they love gossip. They love to talk shit. They love to, and I'm just
like, it's a culture now. I think it's everybody now.
No. Everybody does a little bit to a certain extent. Everybody does a little bit of, bochinche here and there. It's fun. It's exciting. But again, like the girls that I work with specifically, it is very, very constant, gossip and pinning one up against the other type deal.
Yeah.
So I work a lot around trying to expel that completely. You know what I mean? It's just like we need to, group together, come together, help each other out, stop gossiping about your girl. You know what I mean? It's more so in that sense.
It's like that's their first form of defense.
They're girls who come from, they've always had to kind of like defend themselves in a way. They're out on their own, so it's kind of like teaching them to be softer. It's okay to be soft as a woman, I mean, we have to be hard when it comes to certain things, certain, issues and stuff like that. But, it's okay to be soft and to trust each other and to have her back. You know what I mean? If she trusts you, have her back. Yeah. You know what I mean? And yeah, that's basically.
You think that's like a common problem right now amongst, like, let's say in your work field, counseling them. Mm-hmm. Is that something you come across so often?
It's constant. It's definitely constant. If I walk into work and I notice, a girl's in a bad mood, or she's, upset about something, it usually revolves around, another issue with another female. And again, they're around them all the time. So it's only natural that it tends to happen, but it's like on 100. Like when I come into work, it's like, high level, they're ready to go at it, ready to just, you know what I mean? But I'm like, listen, you guys live together. You're not going anywhere. Yeah. You guys are staying right here. You don't have a choice as of right now.
Do you think it's? I mean, I'm sorry if I'm stepping.
That's okay.
But do you think it's because they're in a jail-like system, or is it even a jail-like system?
It is. It really is. Okay. If I'm gonna cut to the point, you know what I mean? It's like being in jail. And that's the thing. It's very difficult for them. Even if I was in their position, I would feel trapped, and like there's no resolve to like the issues that I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So I understand where they're coming from, but my job specifically is like, all right, we're here to maintain. We're gonna keep the peace. We're all gonna work together. I get that you're frustrated, but we need to move on from here. When the time comes, you'll get out of here. And what happens then is on you. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It must be hard not to get involved after they leave, as a professional.
No, you're just not. It's like, this is the last of it. Like, these girls are teenagers, so from where I work, they're ready to go out into the community and live their lives and do whatever it is. And like I said yesterday, or the day before, yesterday, I don't know. I'm like, I've lost track of time.
I don't even know what.
I've like
so many
lost complete
holidays.
track of. Like I said, now I lost my train of thought.
Now you lost my train of thought.
Maybe it's the
but
champagne.
basically, that, you know, like, let's say I basically asked you, like, when they leave, it's hard as a professional not to keep dabs, and you say, well, no, that's really it. I can't really, like, reach out to them after they leave.
Yeah, so again, okay, now I'm back. No, because from when, you know, they're teenagers, so from where I work, where they're at right now, they're adults.
Yeah.
They're adults now, and they're gonna go out to the community and
Live out there.
live out there.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. But I'm kind of just like giving them the last piece of advice.
Yeah. But
honestly.
I mean, but let's say you're a counselor, right? It's different from therapy. But if we want to nurture these children, wouldn't it be okay after they bounce and sometimes come back and talk to you? Wouldn't that be like, you know what I'm saying? Because I'll be like, hey, how are you doing that? Or, you know, or that's too much.
I run into them here and there.
Okay.
And I see them. But like I said yesterday, again, a large majority won't make it out of the system. Some will. And that's what I think, if you work in that field, that's kind of like the best thing you can hold on to, is the fact that, you know, some of them actually go out there, get an education, and live productive lives. But, you know, a majority of them won't. But you got to focus on kind of like the good of what comes out of that. You know what I mean?
Word. That's dope.
Yeah.
Boom. Stylist.
Yes.
In Boston.
Yeah. Currently.
Like,
I'm currently a stylist in Boston.
So
I'm doing a little bit of everything.
Yeah. So so on top of you know, trying to mentor these teenage girls.
Yeah.
You're over here picking what people should wear. Not even a stylist for certain for hair grooming. No, like a stylist. Like, you got to pick my whole fit.
Yeah, these are women who come into your store. They mind you, a completely different like demographic of people compared to like the kids that I work with, who come from shit, you know.
It's like they came from the light and the darkness.
Yeah.
Like,
but you know what's so crazy? It's everybody's so similar in so many ways. No matter what you do, even working in fashion and styling, it's people who want to be cared for. Yeah. People long for like interaction. It's crazy.
True.
These are women who got like so much money, but they want to talk to like a regular girl like me. Yeah. They want to have a conversation. They got like husbands like vacationing. They're probably home like bored as hell,
or just working
and they want to have conversations with regular women. You know, I've made friends there. It's crazy. Yeah. Even like with these rich women, you know, they come, they talk like this, want this and this and that. Hey, I love this skirt. Can you get this for me? Can you get this? I'm like, yes. I even start like, yo, my accent will start to change, yo. Like when I start hanging with them, I'm like, Hidai, chill. You are not from London. Oh, my bad. I just used my.
It's all right. I was doing it enough yesterday.
Yo, he was cheese balling. I was like, it's okay, right?
I'm like, I don't know why this is happening.
Anyways, sorry, I guess I sidetracked a lot. But you know, everybody is just longing for that kind of like that interaction, and it's fun because, you know, I got to fashion is something that I've just always loved. The arts in general, something I've always loved. Fabrics and stuff like that. I wish I could delve more into art in general. Yeah. I don't consider myself an artist because I feel like, there's so many like dope ass artists out there that are really like fully into what they do, and I respect it. But, you know, like in terms of what I do in styling, it's fun. You know, it's very girly, and I've always been into like, you know, girly shit. I'm girly. I'm a girly girl. I'm a girly girl. But like, it's fun, you know, putting pieces together and making women feel comfortable in what they wear. It's not all about just like how you look. It's like you want to make people feel good.
Do you go by seasons or by the person's like attitude and how they feel? Like how do you go about judging?
Addressing somebody?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the first thing it's all about giving people an experience, right? Like when they walk into a store.
Yeah.
You have, I don't know if you've ever had somebody like approach you when you come into a store, like, oh, hey, how are you?
Yeah.
How can I help you? Blah,
I'm not
blah,
a big
blah.
fan of that, but
You're
yeah,
not,
yeah.
but there are people who, they're definitely.
We need that. Sometimes
a lot of it is reading, like the person. You gotta kind of like get a feel for them, walk around. You know what I mean? You don't want to be too smothering. Some people don't want to be bothered.
Yeah.
But in the boutique that I work at specifically, there are a lot of clients who are, just come there often. And they really want to be just like
oh, back, hey!
Yeah. They know your name. They know your name. They wanna talk to you, and they want you to put. Usually I'll ask them if they're going somewhere.
Yeah.
What's the event you're going for? Is it a wedding? Is it it could be a whole bunch of different things. Oh, I got all these ideas. Because the whole point is you're trying to sell, you're trying to make money.
Yeah.
You're trying to like. It's fun. It's a game, honestly,
Yeah.
and they know too. Like they're well aware that you're trying to make
Yeah.
So they're like, yo, let's go. Like
let's barter.
Let's barter.
Yeah.
So I'm here and I'm pulling out different looks and stuff like that. And they're just kind of like, I like this, I like that. Nah, I'm not really feeling that. Yeah. You know what I mean? One thing I notice about women is like, yo, some women, they want to look sexy. Yeah. Some women, they're trying to cover up. They're a little more reserved, and you gotta respect it. You know what I'm saying? Yo, there's it's so weird, yo, like, there's a lot of women with, like, amazing hips, and I'm like, oh, this accentuates your hips, you gotta wear this, like, blah, blah, blah.
It's too much.
Yo, no. Straight up. They'll be like, no, that's too much. No. Yeah. I'm like, all right. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, it's fine. I gotta respect it, not every culture is the same. Again, I come from a culture where it's like, we're like, we want to show our hips, we want to dance, you know what I mean? But
very, very out there.
Some women are more conservative, and that's fine.
That's fine.
It's okay.
And
we gotta respect that too.
No,
at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying?
And hey, some women know how to make that reserved look popping.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Now you can definitely still look sexy and be completely covered up. That is one thing that I've learned, and I feel like that's another thing. If you know how to dress and you know how to put an outfit together, you can make anything rock. You can, you know what I mean? And it has nothing to do with showing more skin. It has nothing to do with that.
It makes it easy.
You can make it look sexy. Yeah. You can make, being completely covered up look good and sexy at the same time.
And
the goblet.
The goblet.
The goblet.
Yeah, guys, you know me, man. Like, I got random cups.
I told him, I was like, yo, I'll bring some. I could have brought champagne bottles.
I know.
Or I'm sorry, cups. But it's okay. We got the goblets.
It's all right.
Anyways.
Hidai.
Yes.
People assume you have like this crazy skin routine from the gods that's been set by the gods.
I think, isn't everybody like obsessed with like skin routines right now?
Yeah. What's the deal with that? I mean, I don't know. I feel like because of the internet and like social media, and everybody's taking pictures, so you're like, all right, my skin has to look on point, or my face has to look on point. I have to look on point. So what do I gotta do to look better, look younger? The cosmetic field is
booming, and it's full of scammers, bro. Like, it's crazy.
What you mean?
It's full of no, not everybody, and it's good to take care of your skin.
Yeah.
It's good, and also in terms of like aging, the earlier you kind of take care of your skin, the better off you'll be as you get older. But I feel like there's definitely like an over kind of like obsession, and in reality too, there's only so much you could do. Yeah. You're gonna age, you're gonna have skin issues depending on where you are.
Yeah. I
say moisturize, like drink water as much as you can, so but and have your routine going, but don't go crazy trying to like
put chemicals.
Yeah, I say if anything, go the natural route. I have a friend, her name is Kelly Polanco. Shout out to Kelly. She makes a lot of natural products for your skin and stuff like that. Shout out to Klakla too. She was here too. Yeah, she does her whole little skincare routine.
She has a shop too.
Yeah.
She opened her shop.
It's good. It's good to take care of your skin, but don't go getting carried away by all these skincare products that are being sold to you like constantly.
So what's like your routine to clean your skin then?
I don't. That's the thing. Like I don't really.
You just put just the little circles, pat it, just like wipe it
Yo,
off.
but the
and
thing
that's
is
it.
too. Like I feel sometimes it's like. That's that's the thing. It's like it's nature. You'll like sometimes it's like genetics too. You know, like depending on your parents and how their skin was. So
Genetics.
sometimes it is. You know what I mean? And it's just like you don't have so much control over it. But what I do honestly, because
I look
even
young
now,
as hell, like,
even
you look young as hell.
Thank you. I sometimes people be like, oh my god, you look so young. I'm like. That's because you haven't seen me when I was like younger.
Yeah.
So
I look like a child.
now you look at me, you're like, wow, you don't even look your age. I'm like, I've definitely aged, but whatever. I mean, if I look young, I'm gonna take the compliment.
I used to get stopped because the cops thought it was a teenager driving. So I had to grow this.
You had to grow the beard. What was I saying? Yeah, my skincare routine. Sorry. I honestly really just try to moisturize before I go to bed. Moisturize in the morning. I try to drink water. I need to get better.
Yeah. You want to just notice, like...
coffee dehydrates your face. I drink so much coffee.
You want to just notice, too... Yeah, you need to really hydrate. Is it hydrate, right?
Yeah.
Your whole head.
Because
right. In the wintertime, you covering everything.
Yeah.
Yo, but your head, I'll be waking up with the driest face, like...
The driest...
God. Like,
I be having this conversation with certain people, and I'm just like, yo, I don't think, I'm meant for this weather. Like, my skin is not meant for this type of climate. I don't know if I'm trying to convince myself to move out of New England or just move to a warmer place in general, but I'm like, no, this is not for me. Like my skin, the way my skin reacts to the cold, I'm like, this can't be normal.
No.
Because I wake up and I'm like, what the hell is this? Like, yo, my skin is just like
I feel like a Greek god under the sun.
I'm literally I've just been oiling up all literally I've been using oils. I'm not even using lotion anymore at this point.
Lotion has like a 20-minute expiration time.
That's what I'm saying. Nah, I'm good, bro. I'm just gonna oil it up.
Remember when lotion used to work though? When I was a kid, there was a slime to it that I hated. Why does it not work now as I'm an adult?
I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe I'm crazy.
Nah, your skin definitely does change though as you get older. For example, even acne. I didn't get a lot of pimples growing up and stuff like that, but when I turned 30, bro, adult acne is a real fucking thing, bro. Yo, I started breaking out. I was like, okay, it's like I'm a teenager or something, all over again. You know what I mean?
My experience was totally different.
Really?
I had this crazy stuff around my nose, pimples everywhere. But the thing is, you know what saved me? Once I cut my hair, all the pimples went away. Be like, oh my God, Brian has a baby face.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm like, oh shit.
Maybe it was the grease and all that shit.
Yeah, all that grease, all that gel. They used to wash my hair every day.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to take care of my long hair. It was just
Yeah.
I would just literally wash it, put gel, and go outside in the cold. And you see steam coming out of my head.
Jesus. But I mean, it worked for you.
Yeah,
Your skin cleared up. There's ways, you know.
That's what I noticed.
You don't need to invest in all those products. No.
I remember I relaxed my hair before.
Oh.
I look like a samurai. I don't
Why
know.
would you do that? No,
I don't know. My mom thought that was a good idea.
I feel like every Dominican dude started doing that at a certain point, trying to straighten their hair and shit. They still be doing it, and I'm just like, yo.
You gotta stop. You look like a samurai. You just look like straight hard hair.
Dominican guys always doing the fucking most, bro. I'm like, this is why I can't deal with you.
This is why everybody loves us.
I'm just kidding.
This is why everybody loves us.
It's a love-hate. It's a love-hate relationship.
In 2020.
2020. Not me.
Not me. So, Hidai, you know what? I'm gonna skip this topic.
Brian got a stuffy nose, guys. I feel so bad.
I'm very congested, guys, so I'm sorry. I'm not my old self.
The liquor will help, though.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you the truth. It did clear up one side of my nose, and I was shocked. Now it's coming back. Now you see how I got worse. I got worse. I started fighting. It's I was gonna say yo, what kind of vitamins this stuff has? Because my sinus is really clear. A little bit.
They say whiskey.
Whiskey.
Have you ever had a hot toddy? It's just a hot toddy.
I'm like, yo, Brian, do not do the joke. Just chill. Go ahead.
What you thinking? It's whiskey, lemon, honey.
Yeah.
Supposed to help. I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds like it should help. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sounds like that.
It's a little shot of it.
Hell yeah, it's a little bit.
Just saying, for later.
For later. But I am congested, guys, so I do apologize.
Oh, good.
And I wanted to bring this up. Hoe phases. Are they good? Are they bad? Are they detrimental?
Ah!
What are your thoughts?
Well, yo.
I mean, I could give my thoughts first, but I feel like
Give your thoughts first.
ladies first.
No.
I'm a gentleman.
No, I'm interested in what you think, honestly, as a man, because a lot of times
This is what the
it's
internet is gonna
unfair.
flame me. All right, let's go.
It's a little unfair sometimes. I feel like, in terms of a man being a hoe versus a woman like being a hoe, but I feel like truthfully nobody should be a hoe.
Okay.
You know, I just feel like as a society we don't. Again, I'm raising a girl and I'm like trying to teach young girls like these things, you know.
Yeah, they might watch this. You gotta be careful.
Oh my God, you're right. Fuck. No, I feel like we don't value sex anymore.
It's a little like
I feel like sometimes it's a joke.
Yeah. Exercise instead of experience.
Yo, Western culture is very, you know, again, is very, very liberal in that sense. I feel like, you know, it's just kind of like, why not?
Yeah.
Everybody should be able to fuck, you know what I mean? Blah, blah, blah. And
Yo, what can we all fuck though?
yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody just, let's all just have a fucking, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But whole faces, but you think are they needed though?
I don't.
Oh, they're not needed. What
You
do
know,
think?
yo, sometimes it's funny because I feel like, you know, sometimes girls specifically go through certain things to learn. Sometimes you gotta go through shit to like learn, like, yo, maybe this isn't for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But if you could avoid that whole process, I would rather that.
Okay.
Because I feel like, in the end, it is a little more detrimental to who you are physically and emotionally.
Yeah.
And again, I can't speak on behalf of men.
Yeah.
I would hope that they see things that way as well, because
There's some keys in there.
I do feel like it could be detrimental to men as well. You know what I mean?
Yes.
I think it can fuck with you guys even mentally. You know what I mean? And I just feel like, again, like I said before, there's I feel like sex is almost like a joke nowadays. It's a very difficult topic because I'll go to the strip club every now and then. You know what I mean? And I like, yo.
but she doesn't even want to have.
Yeah, I'm like speaking in terms of like fucking like sex like in itself. Yeah. You know what I mean?
You're just supporting.
Like,
that's a difference.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I do support.
But
I support strippers.
Hey, support your local slippers.
Yeah, but I feel like they definitely they need more protection.
Yes.
Anyways, but in terms of like having sex, I feel like it's a joke at this point, and just sex in general. Like I was saying earlier, my daughter's like, yo, these kids are like looking at it at this point, and they're so like numb to the shit. You know what I'm saying?
We fucked.
You know, yeah, but even kids watching it is just like they don't even like they're so desensitized to it. But I want young girls and I want people to understand that sex is a beautiful thing, yo. Sex is important.
Intimate.
Like it's intimate. It should be like freaky. You know what I mean? You should be like, yo, fucking with one person and have that shit be, you know what I mean? But you need to, but if it's a joke at this point, it's just kind of like it loses its value and it loses its
power.
Yes, and there's definitely like a double standard. I feel
it's
like
a phase.
There's definitely a double standard when it comes to it. You know, women, we don't. You know, we when we talk about sex or if we want to say like, yo, I'm horny or I want to have sex, blah blah blah, like we get looked at a certain way.
That is true.
You know, versus a guy. You know,
he's being a dude.
You know what I mean? Women get, Yeah.
But we can't deny the fact that that's all men think about.
No.
Yeah,
you're right.
So that's the only thing. Like, we're just wired to mate. We're fucking idiots.
Yeah.
And we cannot forget that.
But why you guys gotta be idiots for?
Because it's just because I feel women have the capacity
We're smarter, you think?
I feel like yes. Yes.
Yo, you know what? My father always said, he was like, yo, I really do think women are superior.
Yo, I said that once and a person almost got an argument with me.
Why?
I told him, yo, I feel like women are superior. Shut the fuck up. I'm like, yo, bro, you guys are, whatever, man. I'm done talking,
Really?
bro. Like,
Really?
I swear to God.
Yeah, no, yo, my dad was the first to tell me, like, yo, he really felt like women were superior. But again, and this is like debatable, obviously, you know, he was like, yo, women are superior beings. Like, he would say that. He's like, the only thing y'all fuck up in is thinking emotionally sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want to, like, you know, when it comes to using like that other side of our brain, like, yo, we're just like, nah, we just, you know, we just really won't, yo. We just get carried away by like emotions and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, both sexes have their pros and cons, right?
Yo, definitely. Now we're
That's something we can't forget.
No, because at the end of the day, we are different.
Yeah.
You know, you're not the same as me, but it takes this. It takes like communication and understanding. Compromising.
Very important.
Yeah.
Very
you know,
important.
in relationships, you gotta compromise.
Yes.
Definitely. But if we're not talking about it, we won't know.
Exactly.
And we're always gonna be like, fuck women, fuck men. You know, that's all we see on the timeline all day. Fuck these bitches, fuck guys, da 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 da. Like, yo, we're just like, Jesus Christ, like, why can't we just like all fucking come together and actually have a conversation about it? You know what I'm saying?
It's
like,
true.
you know what I mean? I'm a woman, so I speak on behalf of women. You know what I mean? But I will never say women are better or women are more superior. Well, I don't know. My dad made me feel like we're superior, like in different in certain ways. Like, I know we do so much, but I'm not gonna ever deny the fact that I don't need a man.
Yeah.
I think we need each other.
Yeah, we definitely need
I
each other.
think we need, you know what I mean? Like, we can't get anywhere without the other. You know what I mean? Physically,
Yeah.
I'm not the same as you.
The gaps I cannot fill, you fill.
I'm not.
Gaps you can't fill, I might fill.
I don't want to be physically the same as you. I'm dainty. I'm soft, yo. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
like,
don't say that because there's gonna be some fitness ladies. What do you mean? I pump more iron
no,
than
but
them.
that's what's up. Like, that's them though. That's
That's
them.
them. I'm like,
No-
hey, you right, baby.
Yeah.
You can make life and you can fuck me up.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Damn, I'm trash.
Yo, but it's really about being given that, like, that outlet and like that opportunity to kind of like, yo, ask women what they want to do, what they want to be. You know, we could do so many things. You know what I mean? But we gotta respect whatever because we're capable of so many things. You know, again, some women are given the they don't have a choice, and when it comes to doing a man's job, because they're like, yo, fuck it, I just gotta do it all right now, even though that's, you know, a man's role. They gotta take on the man role. Yeah. You know.
Yeah, my mom
what's
raised
up.
me. My mom raised me.
Yo, she had to take on a man's role.
Yeah.
Some men would approach her and be like, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't be having to do that.
I'm gonna fuck him
but
up.
your mom would be like, yo, do I have a fucking choice in the matter?
Yeah.
You know? You know what I'm saying? So it's like, but also, you know, if you're a mom who wants to just stay home and cook and clean and be very, like, you know, take on the very, you know, feminine role that, you know what I mean, that you want to take, that's fine as well. It's more just like, it's being given like the decisions or the opportunities or the options.
Yeah, my mother somehow figured out how to be the strict mom and the cool dad at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, my mom somehow figured. I don't know. I just naturally never really argued that hard with her. It's not that I did everything. It's like the things that I didn't do is like, yo, mom, I'm not gonna do it because of this reason.
Yeah, you were a good kid. I feel like
I don't know. Yo, my family would be like, nah, Brian was crazy. But the thing is like,
nah, like compared to a lot of other kids, I feel like even from the conversation from yesterday, I feel like at the end of the day, like, you did what you had to.
Yeah, I just put up with it until I was my own
do.
man. Then I wound it out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's something I always like regarded. Like, yo, like no matter what I want to do, I'm living in my queen's house. I'm not gonna disrespect her there. I'm not gonna bring my problems there.
You're a good guy.
You know what I mean? So it's like, but once I was away from her chains, she started getting scared.
You walled out a little bit?
A little bit. She thought I was like my dad or something like that.
It's only
like,
natural, you know. She wants to protect you and make sure you're good.
But as you get older, you kind of come back to you kind of want to come back to your parent. You kind of like want to keep that communication.
Yeah, of course.
So I see her usually, if not every day, every other day and stuff like that. Our relationship is great now.
It's good.
But you know when you're young, you separate mad far. Out of nowhere, you
well,
just come back.
Well, the thing is too, it's very natural for kids as they get older to kind of start to stray away from you. Yeah. Even like scientifically, like it just there's like I don't know what I've read somewhere, whatever. Like even in their brains, like they begin to kind of like detach from you, and it's hard, like as a parent, you're like, oh, you're like, you know, you don't want to let them go, but naturally, more arguments start to happen. Naturally, more, you know. But it happens. There's a rift. But that rift is like kind of necessary for when they get older and finds another mate and begin to have like their own kids. So yeah, like that rift is a very natural thing, and you kind of have to just let it kind of take form. Yo, my daughter's like 13 now, and I'm like, yo, where did this like attitude, come from? And I'm kind of dealing with that.
But all those things are into her body now.
They're it, right?
They're
just coming out. So
like,
I'm trying to have like the patience to kind of like deal with that a little bit. Like, don't get too over the top, because I will fucking... Yeah, exactly. Yeah, not me. I will, like, definitely, like, I gotta stick my ground. But also, it's, like, having that patience to understand, like, oh, she's a teenager now. Like, is this where the process begins where I have to let her go? I be, like, mad selfish sometimes, even as a parent, like, what are you doing? Where are you? I want to be with you right now. Like, you know what I mean?
You're my child.
Yeah. Yo, parents are mad selfish. It's crazy. Like, low key.
Yeah. My mom was selfish as fuck.
We want you. Mom, like,
I told her not to come here in a storm.
When my parents retired, one of the first, like, and they left us. My mom was like, you know what's so funny? I always did everything for you guys, but now that I'm gone, like, far, far away from you guys, I didn't realize how much I actually needed you guys. You know what I mean?
Just bring me back.
Yo, real talk. I'm just like, this Christmas was like wild difficult for me, yo.
Oh my god.
Because I'm used to having like my parents all the time, but my mom made a point that just like stuck with me. In general, just the fact that sometimes it's true, like as parents we're like selfish a little bit. Like when you do good in school, you're like, that's me, like that's me right there, you know what I mean? When you're getting like straight A's and shit like that, you're like,
mad shit when I do good in school,
you know what I mean? But you feel proud as a parent because you're like, and your kids actually do a lot for you, even like mentally. You know what I mean? Like, she keeps me grounded in a way. Like, I'll be having a lot of shit to do, and she's so innocent and carefree that I'll just have to, like, chill with her for a little while, and I feel better. I'm like, not as stressed anymore because she's not thinking of, like, all those things. Kids are just, they're not affected by the world.
Their world is slowly
expanding. I feed off her energy. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, even with kids in general,
supercharged from her.
Supercharged. So when she's away, I feel it. Yeah. You know what I mean? But that it just goes to show you not to take like your kids for granted. My mom, like I said, just reiterating, like when she left and she retired, she was just like, I didn't realize how much I needed you guys. Yeah. I always did things for you, and I always felt like, I gotta do this and this and that. But I actually needed you.
She's like, I'm bored now.
I'm constantly talking to my parents.
She's a mother still.
She's a mother still.
Mom, you know what I mean?
She's a mother still. But she taught me that too, and I was just like, I can't be taking my kids for granted. There's a lot of parents who take their kids for granted, and they do a lot of fucked up shit to their kids, Even in the field that I'm working in, it's just like it's terrible, bro. So much, But you can blame it. You can blame it on a lot. It really does, and you can blame it on so many things. Some people weren't brought up with that like affection and love and drugs too. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's making parents.
I remember
not be like A1 parents. Like they're just fucking shit up.
Like my mom tried her best, but she I started living with her after I was I lived with her 1, 2, 3. Then afterwards, when I was like 9, I started living with her, right? Between, they left me at my aunt's house because I was born in PR, so I'm an American citizen. They brought me here. My mom just was trying to figure out how to become a citizen in PR so she could move over. So it took like 4 or 5 years, right? So it's like, in the beginning, me and my mom, like, whatever, yeah, I still, you know, I always love her and stuff like that. But, yo, affection wasn't, like, big. We'll show our love through, literally, yo, where's that towel, though? Because, like, my congestion. My congestion. I'm like, oh my God, I'm gonna look like Rick, but instead of my mouth, it's gonna be my nose. Like,
we got the towel on deck.
You know what I mean?
Yo. Okay.
But yeah, you know, and like the affection wasn't there, but me and my mother always knew we loved each other like crazy.
Yeah.
But it's like
you had that like
yeah, cause
already embedded like.
Because
we get it.
Yeah, when I started living with her, we used to clean hotels together. Her thing was cleaning hotels because she worked so much.
And you used to go with her?
Yeah, sometimes I used to go with her, help her out. So that's how me and my mom bond, cleaning. If nobody knows, me and my mom, we bond when we clean.
That's
so
cute.
It's like, so I remember one day.
Yo, you had it. Yo, first of all, Brian had a crazy ass leg, bro. Let me tell you, like I feel like my life has been different from a lot of people's, but I was definitely a little more sheltered, a little more spoiled. Yo, Brian you got a crazy story.
One day I'll go on somebody else's podcast and ask you.
Yeah, seriously. Like, can I do that? I'll do it. I'll do it. Anyways,
but
you guys.
And I remember like, yeah, I'm growing up as a man, and like I naturally felt like, yo, she won't tell me she wants this affection, but I feel like she wants it. Like, Brian, what the fuck you doing? I'm becoming older, so I'm like, you know what? Let me hug my mom, dog. I'm gonna hug my mom. Mind you, telling her I love you was like once every couple of years. It was hard. We just didn't do that. My mom didn't say, oh, you know, my mom just gonna get drunk. It's like, you know, I care for you. I'm like, yeah, I care for you too. Yo, when we get drunk, people love us.
It's a little weird sometimes, you know, to go the extra mile with the parents.
Me and my mother would show our true selves, like, to our love and shit like that. Yeah. When we drink a little bit and shit like that.
Yeah, exactly.
But now as a man, like, now at this age, I'm able to do that completely sober. I'm able to, like, I put it into a practice that now she thinks it's normal. She feels it's normal because I remember the first time I hugged my mother I think I was like 19, 17, something like that. Yeah. Yo, she trembled. She got shook. She's like, yo, you good? Yo, Brian, I thought you were going to stab me. She said, yo, Brian, I thought you were going to stab me or something. I'm like... I started laughing.
Yeah. But you...
like, no.
But you realize there that... You know, that's how much she lacked it. That's how much she lacked affection. That's how much she needed.
I forgot
that physical touch from you.
Hell yeah. So it's like we basically after that I just kept on trying to communicate with her. And I'd be like, and like, you know, I was way more affectionate.
You took
way
note.
More affectionate.
You took note.
Hell yeah,
right?
Slowly, because the thing is, like, she started going through these cancer issues. I mean, she beat them for now. But, you know, it's like, I hate that had to be something for me to, like, do it. Mm-hmm. But it was always that way, though. Like, ever since I grew up, my mother had this issue. Right. So I was used to it. But, like, the older you become, you be like, wait, she's been having this for a while. Right. I don't know how much time I have. I got to think straight. So, I just naturally went out of my neck to train myself how to, like, do that. Yeah, and the affection stuff. Like, even to tell her I love you. You know what I started doing? I got a smartphone so I could text it to her. And that felt great because she loved it. And I loved it, too.
That simple gesture of, like, reaching out to them. No, I'm actually trying to get better at that, too. Just in general. That what?
I'm like, let's say even person. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to get.
Yeah. No, it's honestly.
She knows I love her.
Yo, it's honestly.
She's the same way. She's like,
It's honestly the little things like, yo, like hitting them back up, like when they call you, or just like, you know, sending out like a simple text and stuff like that.
What's my new thing? A heart emoji. She loves it. I'm like,
yo, they love it. They're like, yes, like.
Thank you. This is easy for me, and I feel the love too, and like.
You know what's so funny too? Again, like.
Am I cooked?
What? You're not cooked.
I have to stop and check.
No, you're not. But like, kind of like what you were saying. In general, my family's very affectionate, but sometimes I feel like their culture, like, you know, where they came from, was way more affectionate, and I feel like even like being raised in the U.S. Kind of caused me to be a little more like cold in a way. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know. Americans aren't very affectionate they're very dry, cut and dry, and everybody, you know, you live together, then, you know, they get married, they move out, and they make their life, and they don't really, you know, have to communicate as much with like parents and stuff anymore. Everybody just kind of goes their own way, and everybody's fine with it because that's the culture, and that's fine. Like that's their way of doing things. But I feel like my parents kind of noticed too as I got older. I kind of got a little bit like that. Like I was very, kind of like influenced by American culture, and I wasn't.
Cold.
Yeah, I got a little colder.
Yeah.
But I'm learning now that they left, that's not how they were raised. That's not how they, that's not how they function. They function through, again, like, loving and being more loving, being more caring and stuff like that. So, I'm trying to work on, in that
Same
sense.
Here.
Like trying to, just sending a text here and there, mommy, I love you, mommy, this and that, because again, they were raised differently, and, coming here, it affected them, but it also affected us, and it affected all of us in very different ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're different.
Yeah.
We're Americans, but we
a little different.
We function a little differently because of where our parents came from and stuff like that.
I remember me in DR, like for the first time in 17 years, I went to DR like a year and a half ago, and everybody said hi to each other there, so I got used to that. I was there for a week and a half. I'm like, oh, ¿cómo está? Saludando. Like, yo, ¿cómo va? ¿Cómo tu día? Whatever. Say hi.
Way different from here.
I went over here. I landed in Florida or Pennsylvania. I'm
It
like,
was
people walking
different.
by me, yo, what's up? Yo, hey, what's up?
Everybody's to their,
I'm like,
everybody's
everybody's
to their
like
own.
ignoring me, like this nigga's crazy. I'm like, yo, bro, you need to switch your
It's
mentality.
tough.
Edit. You're in America now. It's a different vibe.
That's like a one thing about being like a Hispanic too. Living in America, we have to have kind of like more than one way of like thinking at all times, like depending on where we are, depending on which family members around, depending on which friends we're around, we have to kind of like switch up the tempo, like how we think. Knowing two languages is really like having two ways of thinking.
That is true. Yo, because when I
At
think
the
in
end of the
Spanish,
day,
I'm a different person. I'm like, why is this? Why
you're
is
not
this?
only speaking Spanish, but you're thinking in that context as well. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I get what you mean
because I think mostly in English, but sometimes when I think in Spanish, things get to like
it's overwhelming.
It gets to
it's very overwhelming sometimes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's different. Yeah, it's different.
So
sure.
I mean, I don't know if you have any closing topics you want to throw in real quick.
Closing topics?
Yeah.
I mean, I think we touched upon a few cool topips.
For
we
real.
could definitely do this again and touch up on other
It's
topics
too bad
as well.
You didn't let me express my whole phase.
Yeah. Go! I was waiting for it. I was waiting for the whole phase. I kind of went off on it once you brought it up, but...
Listen.
What's your...
My opinion. My feel about whole phase. You know what? I don't... It's difficult for me to talk about what's the right things to say. I literally people are like, oh, Brian, sometimes you're bizarre. I speak from experience.
Yes.
So,
that's
whole
how you
phase, learn. I was that dude that every single time he got into a relationship, boom, 4 years. Boom, 3 years. Boom, 4 years. Yeah, like, where's Brian at? You know what I'm saying? So it's like...
And that's good.
I thought that was good. But the thing is, it's good if you're like in a certain age where like that's when you're trying to settle down or stuff like that. But I was young, thinking I could settle down.
Yeah, maybe you were too young to settle down at that time.
Yeah, I was too young, and I was dating younger women.
Let me not cut you off. On your...
I haven't thought about my thoughts.
I'm ready to cut you off. Okay,
I'm over here putting the craziest intro.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was the type of dude to really hold it down a relationship for many years.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember there came a life point where it's like, yo, am I gonna put up with this situation where I'm just gonna like rip out my heart a little bit and just leave and follow my dreams and try to help out my family if I could, because there's eating me aside that because I'm with this person, this situation, and here, and these things are going on, and things are not compromises, is not meeting each other in both sides. We're just not compromising for each other anymore. And I felt like my family needed me. I'm like, it is eating me year after year. I'm like, you know what? I gotta leave. And I remember I was in Haverhill, and I went back to Lawrence, and that's when I entered the whole phase. Like a couple,
Parents.
You know what I mean? That was many years ago. Come on, guys, don't judge me.
No, nobody's judging.
But my opinion about the whole phase is like, I'm being a little bit of like the victim And like, you know, it's not that I play the victim, but I'm telling you, like, hey, listen, the reason why I agree with a whole phase, I feel like, yeah, you do need a whole phase. But my reason for it is like, listen, I was that dude in sheltered, like in relationships, right? Then I had a whole phase. I'm like, oh my God, I am not the problem. There's just certain locks and certain keys that work with each other. There's certain energies that mix in the bedroom whereas like there's certain different bodies that you know that your tool works different with X, Y, and Z, and you start learning. You're like, oh my God, like I was trash. Now I'm able to like I get it now. And
so do you feel like you had to go through that phase
to learn that and to know that it's just I felt I felt so low in myself, and I didn't know it wasn't that. It was just different partners and different things. Like you know, I could be with a person that our emotional and mental capacity is so powerful and great, but in the bedroom it might not translate.
But what if you learned all that without having necessarily to have
Is that even possible without experience?
But you can know it.
You can. Knowing and experiencing two different things. Intelligence and wisdom are two different things.
I have a question for you.
I mean,
how would you feel about your daughter having a whole phase?
It all depends. Like I said, it depends because bro, I was in a long relationship, so he had to be a hoe afterwards so he could get his head straight.
Right.
That's basically my story.
Okay.
And now that's long gone and stuff like that. I feel like I'm chiseled for it. I'm like I know what I want. I know what I need.
Okay.
Now I've been celibate for many months. I actually like
celibacy is a really good thing.
I really know what the hell I want. I'm not playing no more. Like.
Yeah.
And
good for you.
You asked me something.
Good for you. I'm not judging you. No, I'm not. I'm really not judging you. I just, you know, again,
that's the guy side of it.
No,
maybe it is.
And you are, you know, you're complete. You know, you have your views on that, but, you know, my whole thing is just like, you know, sex is energy. You know, at the end of the day.
If my daughter were to go through a whole phase, that was the question. I remember. If my daughter were to go to it, honestly, I wouldn't want to know, but I gotta raise my daughter to be smart. Don't get pregnant, you stupid bitch.
Oh yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just
He's
like
not lit. He's lit now.
Yo, if I had a daughter, and she's being it's my child.
No, I get it. You don't gotta call her a bitch though, right?
I'll probably edit that out.
It's okay.
And you say
no. I get okay. Fine.
I just pretended like I was angry that I found out my daughter was a hoe, and I'm fucking mad.
Well, when I got pregnant at 19, I was telling you yesterday, my father went off. Like,
is it?
My daughter's father was not allowed in my home at all. But it's hard and it's difficult and it's annoying because my father was doing his dirt at the same time. The mirror shows, and it's unfair. It's really unfair. You know what I mean? Because I don't know.
I just want to make sure my daughter is smart enough to be like, listen, Dad, I'm this type of person. This person broke. And she doesn't have to tell me. But if I see it, it's like, I know my daughter I never left her side. I'm still like raising her.
Right.
And if she's like me, if she has a little bit of blood of me,
right.
I know she's gonna be okay. Might have a little whole face and come back because she knows the honor we feel in a family.
Right.
Like I don't have to tell her. I just always gotta be like, hey, that's too much that side.
Right.
Nah, that nigga ain't coming over here. You chill. You can have your fun and stuff like that, but it's like wherever she's straying from. But I will make sure to have that talk with my daughter as soon as I feel a little emotion in the air with that shit. Like, I'm gonna talk to her.
A good, nice, open, conversation about that. Sometimes I wish I would have had that.
Nobody does.
Open communication. No, there's a way to have communication with your kids about those things. But the problem is, that's what we lack. I feel like as a whole, as a society, we're not really talking to our kids about it. So I know me personally, my parents didn't even know how to talk about that subject in general when it came to sex. I literally got when I got my period, I got the scientific definition of what a period is, and that was it.
They can hear some sheets.
Yeah.
Read it.
Here's a notebook. Yeah.
pamphlet.
Yeah, you know what I mean? All that other sex shit was like, I learned it in high school, like through my friends and shit like that. You know what I mean? So, and again, I'm not here like trying to be like, oh, everything's their fault, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? It was more like they didn't know how to approach it because that's how they were raised. They were raised
the same way
very
coach,
innocently, very innocently. They didn't know how to. And again, like, I don't think they were ready for what the U.S. was. We were just like porno and like fucking all this.
We get spoiled. We're like so spoiled that
exactly.
we become insensitive to the sexual
just
act.
all of this like overflow of information. So I never got that talk.
Yeah.
Brian, you can't be going crazy on your daughter.
Not go crazy, but she's gonna know that could potentially happen.
Yeah.
But like, I shouldn't yell at her.
No, please don't yell at her. Do not yell at her, bro.
But I said, if I found out she was being...
You're gonna make her hate you. Like, don't do that.
Like, I will cry every single day of my life. I need my daughter to love me, or I'm gonna kill myself. I need my daughter to love me.
Yeah.
I want to have a daughter so bad.
Yeah, you want to have kids.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm weird.
You said this is your year yesterday.
Yo, 2020.
Yo,
I'm finding my baby
he was
moms.
like, yo.
2020, I'm finding my baby moms. And she not might be my baby moms this year, but we're gonna build towards that.
Oh yeah.
So, on ELViews. Any shout outs you want to give?
Again, shout out to Kelly. Shout out to the moms, yo. And I just want to give a shout out to the moms, honestly. Kelly, shout out to Glakla was just here. I love that. That was a cute interview. Yeah. My girl Q, she's a dope artist. As well. She's also a mom. Also Chen, which is Vintage Voa. Shout out to Chen. She's my ride or die, my homie. I love you. Yeah, that's it. Shout out to moms, bro. Shout out to moms. We're out here. We're trying.
Facts.
Trying to do our thing.
Thanks for sharing your
energy. Thank you for having me.
Hell yeah, anytime.
Yo, Brian's here with his towel. I'm so dead right now.
I'm just
ready to like wipe his nose.
Wipe his nose.